Yo, BJ Gaddour with the BJ Gaddour Podcast, and happy Thanksgiving week, happy holidays. Very exciting time of year. I love this time of year. Just set up my cheap economy hot tub outside, so that's why my robe about to jump in that after this podcast. But I wanted to jump in quickly and basically talk about this amazing supplement. It's been around a long time. I'm going to talk about when I first took creatine back in the day, and now it's really having a moment. I just saw an article in it was actually on the cover of Men's Health, one of the featured articles. Read the article digitally on Apple News, and not just for strength and muscle building benefits, but now also they're looking at it from a cognitive or brain health performance standpoint. So I wanted to talk about creatine today. Before I get into it, I'm going to give you the lowdown on how I use it, how I have a nice little cycling protocol I've been using the last month. And it's actually funny because I forgot how good of a supplement creatine was. Like, I've been taking it the last month, and I've been feeling like as strong as a bull. And also my muscles have been a lot more full. So it's also one of the most more affordable supplements. It's also been heavily researched, not just short, but also long-term. I would say, like, my supplementation comes down to the 3 C's: caffeine, creatine, and cannabis. Excuse me. Those are my favorite supplements for performance recovery, etc. Again, I guess you could throw in protein supplementation. I take Athletic Greens. But those are the main things that I find to be super effective. While you're here, just hit the like button. It's funny. It's crazy to me. All year, I've shared 1,000 free videos with this channel the last year, and you just can't get people just to hit the fucking like button. It blows my fucking mind. Like, all the content I've given to the people this year, and part of what Thanksgiving week is gratitude, and I'm grateful for the 110 members that we have on this channel that actually support the content with their hard-earned dollar. It means a lot to us, and I guess everyone else that just wants to just freeload, good luck to you. I guess I'm not thankful for you guys because, man, how much more do I have to do for you this year and free content? But I'm also going to be now pulling back on free content a bit because I just don't see a benefit to giving that much away for free. And I'm going to be focusing more on our paid membership options. So it is what it is. This is what happens when you don't support the content. The other people that are just sitting there and consuming it, but they can't even hit the like button, which just helps us get the channel out there to more good people that are looking to help grow it. But look, man, I'm going to keep it more positive, but I just had to say it. I mention it just because it makes me that much more grateful for the people actually just like supporting the content again. So have to say that at the same time too, you're going to be seeing less free content at this channel because it doesn't make sense to throw it out there. People just don't support it. But they do support the paid content. So creatine, before I get in there, we have our memberships have been live for a couple months now. You want to take advantage of this. This is basically the new daily BJ app. All right. And the beauty of it being on YouTube is that, it's the ultimate mobile friendly app as it is. You can do it on your computer or mobile, obviously. And the VIP membership is really the best. It's $20 a month, cancel anytime, and you're getting exclusive ad-free members-only content, monthly training challenges, plans, etc. Like what we got right now. We're actually just finishing up the Old School Abs program, which was honestly, I think it's one of my favorite programs to date. I've really enjoyed it. My midsection has never looked better, and it's been because of a lot of these drills I kind of re-implemented back into my plan, which are part of the Old School Abs program. I just shared the abs wheel guide. That's one of the movements, things like dragon flags, hanging leg raises, teaching you how to do sit-ups properly, all that good stuff, back extensions. And then also, the modifications, you don't have all the equipment, so you can do it at home or in a minimal frills equipment setup. So really enjoying that. We're now moving into the kind of holiday survival guide. Just did a podcast on that. And the Ultimate Tabata's plan. Basically, it's a 4-week plan you can follow. Again, all minimal equipment, everything except that one challenge workout, my original follow-along workout I shot back in 2012, which is 40 minutes. Everything else is 20-minute routines, follow along in and out. And then there's progression built in, especially with the body weight and dumbbell workouts, which get harder as you go. But there's a 4-week plan, 20-minute workouts 3 times a week to help you get through this busy time of year and avoid that 5 to 10 pound holiday weight gain to set you back for 2025. Exclusive to our VIP members. Just click the join button. Give us a shot. I mean, give us a shot. Again, ad-free. All the members-only content is ad-free. I have to reiterate this. Some people have joined. They're like, I'm still seeing ads on the public content. Well, yeah, the reason this is a free with ads, pay premium to access ad-free content model. That's just how it's set up. And then that's how that's what's great about YouTube is that you can actually have that option and grow that out. So all public content will continue to have ads. That's part of why it's so valuable to become a VIP member, especially doing a follow-along workout. You don't want to get with 3 to 5 ads during the workout. So that's just important to note. Join us and give it a shot. You can cancel. You can literally join and cancel and then decide whether you want to continue after the month. I've seen some of you do that. Most people they continue because why not? This is a great service. I mean, I'm adding each month my signature Gorilla Core and Gains content as well, which is a 1-year program. You could start that for 2025 and do it all here. I just sold that. I sell it for $500. So, I mean, I just literally did that. We did a Black Friday sale on it as well. But all the videos entitled, I put VIP in the title, that'll have no ads. Also, go to the membership tab, the landing page of youtube.com/BJ Gaddour membership tab right there. And that is where you find all your membership content. On the home page, I put higher up the stuff we're working on right now, all of the VIP content as well. Click it, the playlist opens up, the description outlines the schedule. All the videos are laid out beautifully for you. It's so user-friendly. We get no questions because it's so easy to follow and set up, and people are really enjoying it. So, just wanted to reiterate that, like, all the public content will continue to have ads because we want to make it difficult for people to just freeload on this content. I don't want people freeloading on my content. It doesn't help the content, the channel, the business. This is a business. It's not a hobby. I wouldn't do this unless it was to make money. Just to be honest with you guys, it's a business for me. I would just work out and be in great shape. I don't really care to share it, but it makes sense to share it because I can monetize and live this lifestyle. And also the added benefit of helping people with the methods I've developed over the years is great, but it is a business. This is like you going to work and bringing home the bacon for your family. That's how I look at it. So click the join button. Join us. The Ultimate Tabata program is a great place to start. Because again, it meets you right where we're at right now. Stressful time of year, not a lot of time. Fast, fun, and effective follow-along workouts to get you done. Mobile friendly, cast it to your TV. Insane value. Okay. And again, if you have no interest in ever supporting the channel, by the way, with your dollar, unsubscribe. Go somewhere else. I just want to touch on that. So join us on that. Creatine. All right. I'm going to talk about creatine today. And first of all, I put link in description, also in the pinned in the comments, where I get my creatine from Substance Nutrition. And you guys have also seen too, we did that Gorilla Core and Gains supplement stack, which by the way, less than 50 units left on that. That was an original, a custom batch roast. That was just a one-time thing. We had 100 units. Now we're under 50. So that's going over time here. Once that's gone, that's gone. But you can also buy these supplements individually as well. And they have just a main roast that isn't like our espresso blend we did for the Gorilla Core and stuff. But they sent me this creatine about a month ago, and I started taking it. And again, it's one thing to know with creatine supplementation, and I'm going to go through the whole history of it and stuff like that. Just get plain, pure creatine monohydrate. You don't need these bullshit transport systems or other things like that. That's just marketing. That's the way they can legitimize charging higher rates. And any of the studies associated with that tend to be financed by the supplement companies trying to sell them to you. You want a certified CreaPure 100% creatine monohydrate. Ideally, there should be 5 grams per scoop per serving is the ideal amount. And I'm going to talk about like how much and stuff like that coming up as well. But this week only, they're having a big Black November sale. You get 25% off their creatine and all their supplements, including the protein I take, which is a mix of whey and casein, fast and slow proteins, the Neuro Coffee with BDNF for brain health and cognitive learning, memory performance, even zinc, which is like the male muscle building mineral that a lot of us might not be getting enough of in the diet. vitamin D, if you're deficient, I don't really need it because I live out here in California, but some of you in northern climates might need that. So take advantage of the sale, stock up. They've got a great deal on their. It's great value. And it's a great supplement company, and it's through Dr. Mike Russell. Remember the guy that wrote the nutrition chapter on my book, Your Body is Your Barbell. He was also associated with our MetaShred project. He did the diet section as well. Good dude. You can trust and believe that he's putting only quality supplements and stuff out there as well. So take advantage of the sale, link in the bio. So I originally, creatine got on my radar. Jonathan, I appreciate you, man. I'm going to like that because he threw us a $2 super chat. I really appreciate that, guys. I watch sports. I'm a Lakers fan, so I see I basically do what they do for the Lakers in terms of, podcasts and stuff. And they're constantly getting people throwing, by the way, they require you to pay money just to ask a question. So if you're a member, by the way, you have a question, drop it in. I'll answer at the end of the show, whether it's related to creatine, supplementation, or anything else. I will answer our members only questions. And again, only members can comment now. Only members. You can't comment on the live stuff anymore. And when I'm done with this, I'll turn the monetization on, so there will be ads on it as well. So I appreciate you, Jonathan, and it means a lot, man, because we certainly have done our part this year in getting you 1,000 free fucking videos, follow-along workouts, tutorials, deep dives, all that stuff. So it's much appreciated. It got on my radar in college. At that point, I had never taken. I had done protein powders. I did the muscle milk. I did try some NO2 boosters, and then I went to the doctor once, and he's like, "Your blood pressure is out of control. Something weird's going on here." So I don't know if it was just a bad supplement from GNC or whatever else. It's like these NO2 things, crazy. It was mid to late 90s. I was on. I did the Metrics meal replacement shake, but I think it was either my freshman or sophomore year at Amherst College. And I really wanted to get big for the next season. And creatine got on my radar, and I started taking it. And again, a lot of this stuff is you don't know whether it's placebo or not. All I can tell you is I immediately put the first workout, I did 2 to 3 more reps than I was normally doing in every single set of that workout. And then in the first 4 to 6 weeks, I put about 25 to 50 pounds on my bench. And by the way, every lift was going up. I was really focused on the bench press at the time because I was dealing with some knee injuries, and it was really all I could. I couldn't really do as much squatting and deadlifting, so I was really focusing on the bench and building that up. And for those that are unaware of what creatine does from the standpoint of strength, and this is what I've said in the past, people have asked, do I need creatine? And for the average person just doing or yoga, stretching, or just endurance activity, you probably don't from a standpoint of performance, because what really helps you is in short burst activity. We're talking 10 to 20 seconds or less. So sprinting, heavier lifting, or intensive body weight exercises that you're pushing in lower rep ranges, or speed. Jonathan Gibson's asking, where's the join button? The join button, it's underneath the video. It just says join. By the way, it's associated with every video we have on the channel now. You just click join, you can learn more, and then come right in. And again, there's no long-term contracts here. It's all month-to-month, cancel anytime, upgrade, downgrade, etc. So we really appreciate your support, and we've got some great stuff coming for 2025. And you're right now, there already are, you've got the 28-day hangs challenge, the 28-day step-ups challenge. You've got the 6-week old school abs trainer. You've got the ultimate Tabata trainer for the holidays. And we're going to be doing some great stuff come for the new year as well, including the superhero shoulders trainer, which I'm really excited about. I'm actually developing it right now. You can see I've got in the wall there, I got the iron neck trainer too. There's going to be some neck in there. There's going to be some traps. It's going to be a really incredible program. I even got my aqua bag, my headhunter for uppercuts. I got that out there as well. So there's some cool content, boxing content coming as well. But so what you have you have your 3 main energy systems, right? You've got your phosphagen, ATP, PC, phosphocreatine is what PC stands for, by the way. And that's going to be, again, completely anaerobic, without oxygen, very short burst, high intensity activities. Then you have the more glycolytic anaerobic energy system, which is 30 to 60 seconds, and then it can kind of top out at about 2 minutes. But that's like, think about Metcon or pumping style workouts, 8 to 15 rep ranges where you're feeling your muscles burn during exercise. That burning is it's an acidosis. It's the metabolization of glycogen, or the sugar stored in your muscles, which creates that. And you also have your aerobic, which is oxidative, meaning it's below a lactate threshold, meaning you can go for a long period of time. And it's a more fat burning style of activity, where the glycolytic is more carb burning. And the creatine, like the more creatine you have in your system, the concept is it can actually help you generate more ATP, which drives all energy system or metabolic reactions, but also specifically that short burst sprinting, explosive power, strength type activity. So that's the concept of it. And but I was taking like this is the ideal transport system to help you maximize it. Again, all you need is just plain pure creatine monohydrate. CreaPure tends to be the gold standard, which the supplements I take and recommend has. Get 25% off in the link in the bio there. Not the bio, but the description, etc. So that was my first exposure to it. I've been on and off with it throughout the course of my fitness journey, so to speak, but I had not taken it for years. And I started again a month ago, and they sent it to me. I'm like, wow, I really forgot. Like, I feel like strong as a bull. And the other piece of it too is where it shifted now is it's not just considered this like muscle building, strength, performance enhancing supplement. By the way, back in the day, it was considered like potentially as risky or dangerous as steroids. I'm serious. Like, you can check out the Men's Health article about this for those that don't remember, like, because it was brand new and it was this powder, and it was really it was like bodybuilders who took it, and then like power lifters, and then people looking for an edge in the gym. They're willing to kind of risk it to get the biscuit, so to speak. Now it's just considered, again, it's been as researched as things like caffeine, etc. Super safe. And again, always consult with the doctor if you have medical issues. But the thought was this could destroy your liver, your kidneys, and also like it would bloat you up, and it can cause injury because it can dehydrate your muscles. There's all this crazy stuff about it. Never had a problem with it, and I've always benefited from taking it. And when I've said you don't need to take it, when people ask, like, if you're going to invest in a supplement and you don't do strength power activity, I would say you're probably better suited getting like an athletic greens, and because it doubles as a multivitamin and gets you your fruits and vegetables, or maybe protein supplementation to make sure you get enough protein. But again, if you're looking trying to push the edge of building muscle, and now you're looking at the research coming out from the cognitive benefits in terms of it helping with focus, because I guess what the big shift was in terms of what it was, you think, well, there's no muscles in the brain, so how can creatine supplementation benefit the brain? But the reality is the gray matter in your brain uses ATP to fuel all of the activity. Like, your brain uses 20% of the energy you have all day. So if you're someone who's very, like for me, video editing, programming, doing all this like intensive stuff that requires a lot of focus for extended periods of time, combined with that coffee I take, the BDNF coffee, which is just incredible. I've been blown away by how much I get done by noon. Like, I get a full day's work done by noon, waking up, between 5 and 6 a.m. So I do get a pretty good jump on the day, and I get right into it. But most days, I mean, I get someone's typical 9 to 5 done by noon. Knowing that, because the creatine just potentially supplies more ATP, not only for your muscles, but your brain. So, and again, and now that's actually how people have been positioning it to take it to the next level, because it wasn't a mainstream product, because not everyone, I mean, you guys want to build muscle and get strong and powerful and get the edge because you're elite, you're unique. You're not like the normal person out there that's consuming fitness content or, everything else. But now when you position it as like, this can actually help give you more focus, it can help delay. Again, now this is where you got to be careful, because they're claiming this can help like offset some of like neurodegenerative disorders, that type of stuff. Again, I'm certainly not anti-science. Okay. But I do believe one of the worst things that's happened to the fitness industry is a lot of these kind of techie type nerd biohacker motherfuckers coming in and like trying to like confuse everyone with bullshit research or anecdotes or all this other stuff. When in reality, like the key to fitness, like those that actually do it well and do it at a high level for a long time, you stop fucking talking about it. You just start doing it. You put it into practice. You work out every fucking day, or you do at least mobility every day. You walk every day. You do your workouts, whatever, 3 to 5 times a week, based whatever schedule you're on, maybe to 6, take a day off once a week. You eat protein and produce most of the time. You work in dietary flexibility, and you take clean, natural supplements that are proven. And yeah, it's great to have some research prove that, these are safe and effective and all that stuff. But like the research is always decades behind of what, like they just found out a couple years ago, drop sets are effective. Well, they could have told you that back in the 60s. So that's, and then again, these biohackers too, have done nothing to really, in my opinion, I think they have created a lot of OCD and anxiety and like, what's the perfect way? No, that's not how this is done. Like, you've got to try it out, see how it works for you. And then, part of it too is just the trial and error experience. You find out like, I've got a really great creatine cycling protocol I use throughout the week. And I time it with, my higher calorie carb days or my more intense training days too. And, or like my shoot days, I want to look my best. And there's no research that's going to help me with that. So I just encourage you to have that understanding as well. Like, give it a shot. Don't go scour the web. Is it safe? No, it's absolutely safe. And the typical way that people have taken it over the years, there's this recommended loading protocol. And typically, let's say like for the first 5 days, take 20 grams a day, then you can back up to like a 5 gram per day maintenance. And then sometimes people will cycle off, because sometimes cycling off can create a super compensation when you bring it back in. I like that type of approach in some cases for like, I'll do that with caffeine. I'll do that with weed. Actually, I find that to be very effective too. I think people don't get the most out of weed because there's a lot of people they become weed heads. They take it every day. Multiple times a day, they get desensitized to it, and they got to take a lot more to get the same interaction with it. And by the way, like, I'm going to do a separate podcast, by the way, on the 3 C's: creatine, cannabis, and caffeine, because when you find the right way to blend those together, wow. Because when I stack, because you take weed, and again, depending on the strain, right? So sativa, more of a mind high. And that, if I need to get super creative, and if I want to just kind of get like in a free flow state with anything I'm doing, business, fitness, it's sativa. If I want to get super restful and maximal recovery, get more of a body high, muscle relaxation, and I want to do a lot of like mobility or stretching to just get like ranges of motion I couldn't otherwise, because again, indica is a serious muscle relaxant. Like, it relaxes the muscles in a way that, like, some of the best stretches I've ever had in my life. But I wouldn't use it to go do like a tough workout, right? When I take sativa and caffeine, and now creatine in too, like, it basically makes you Ultraman. That's my experience. Like, you may not find the same benefits, but the weed alone can, it doesn't make you, it makes you more just, how do you describe it? You get into kind of a flow state, so your mind can wander a bit, but you have the caffeine on top of it. Now it gives you that focused creativity. And also, you're not going to get as relaxed. And not that you won't get like hyper, but it just gives you this, I'm telling you right now, like, it's an incredible stack. I got to do a specific podcast on it at some point, but that's typical recommendation. They do also recommend like taking it with carbohydrate that might help the absorption. So what I do is I'll typically take 10 grams a day. I'll have it. I have this big like water jug, and I throw in these Propel electrolyte packets as well to help with the absorption, and just because I'm sweating a lot. And I'll throw in 5 grams of creatine in the first jug, which is like, I think 48 ounces, and the second jug later in the day, 48 ounces. So I get 10 grams a day. And then on my flexibility days, that's when I'm going like 20 grams. And I've even experimented going a little bit higher. And I just, like, again, the next day, my muscles feel so pumped, and I just feel very energized. I've seen some of if you want to go just search that Men's Health article, there's some of the scientists talking about how, like, 5 grams a day is like ideal for just the muscle building benefits, but you might need to go as high as 10 to 15 plus grams a day to get the cognitive benefits. So again, like let them talk, and nothing wrong with learning or just kind of seeing, but like you got to try it yourself. There's probably no reason to go higher than 20 grams. But again, like all of the fear of the kidney, liver stuff and all that other stuff they were worried about, there hasn't been anything to find it to be the case in terms of damage or that type of thing. So I've been really enjoying that protocol. And again, you look at carbohydrate, the insulinogenic reaction, especially because I become very insulin sensitive, which is good. That's what you want to maximize your body composition. It means that a very little bit of carbohydrate goes a longer way than the average person. The average person who's got a lot of belly fat, who eats a lot of carbs, especially refined starches and all sugars and starches all day, every day. Right now, they're just like throwing back fucking Christmas cookies and eating pumpkin pie every day without even thinking about it. They become insulin resistant and they become carb insensitive, meaning that can like 200 grams of carbs don't even have an impact on their body hormonally in the way that like you would hope, where someone like me, 25 to 50 grams of carbohydrates has a huge impact because of how much I go very low carbohydrate during the week, not like super low, but like the only carbs I'm really getting during the weekdays, if you will, are from fruit, the residual carbs and like chocolate milk, my Fairlife chocolate milk brand. I'll have some potato, some beans occasionally, but that's about it. And then, so when I have my higher carb days, my body really responds. My muscles soak it up. And you combine that with upping the creatine amounts as well, and then the electrolyte component, and I'm just finding it to be like, wow, like this feels like, I mean, like I'm out there doing some exercises, and these are super tough movements, and I just feel great. So again, how much is placebo? I don't know. Again, I'm gonna acknowledge that, but there is research that has finally caught up to the benefits of it as a supplement. By the way, those jumping in too, ask a question about creatine or supplementation or anything about your programs, VIPs, just drop it in there. I'm happy to help after I talk about this. But just wanted to, it's having a true moment now where I think they're saying right now, this creatine alone could be closing in on being a $1 billion industry by the end of the decade, which is wild. Because again, this was more an on the fringes type of supplement. And, now that people like Huberman are talking about it, now people finally give it credence. I don't know. Everyone, he's their god. He's their guru. I don't know. People love having a guru. I was almost like disappointed to see that he was promoting it, because it's like, I feel like this undermines the supplement. Because again, I hate biohacking. I hate it. I can't stand it. But unfortunately, that's all people want to watch and listen to these days, is someone just talk for 3 hours, and essentially really you get no takeaways from it. They just kind of talk about all this bullshit, and it's just confusing. I listened to one of those podcast episodes on fasting, and as someone who's fasted for decades at this point, I can truly tell you that like I walked away kind of more confused. And I'm like, what a waste of time. Because ultimately you just got to try fasting and see how it works for you. And it may not jive with your chemistry. It might not jive with your personality. It may not jive with this time in your life, because to fast does require the ability to get enough quality sleep. And the more lifestyle flexibility you have, the better in terms of like timing when you break a fast, etc. So I don't think it works well for people that are sleep deprived, who have, 4 or 5 kids and 2 jobs. And it's probably going to run you down a little bit. Now, someone like me, you can literally build my lifestyle. I set up my schedule first and everything else around that. It works great for me because I can just go right there, get my shake. And so what I'm trying to say is, if you haven't tried creatine supplementation, I highly recommend giving it a shot. Give it about a 4 to 6 week go. Whether you go with the traditional cycling, like on the Substance Nutrition recommendation we have here on the where you buy from us. By the way, like you don't want to support the VIP membership content. Sorry, this hat's a little bit off. I get a cut of the supplements. I don't get rich from it, but every little bit helps. So why not buy through us? It's what I use. And again, it's that Pure 100% creatine monohydrate. Each scoop is 5 grams. They have a loading protocol on the bottle, or you can try mine, which is like 5 to 10 grams most days, and then 1 day a week. Typically, on your higher calorie carb day, you go up to 20 grams. And in terms of like spacing it out, I can't say, and I haven't seen anything to say whether or not it's more beneficial to do it. Like I don't want to do 5 grams 4 times a day. So what I'll typically do, and just being honest, what I've done, and it's working for me, is I'll put 4 scoops or 20 grams into my water, like right around that if it's pizza or it's whatever. And that's how I've been doing it. Now they say maybe put the 5 grams 4 times throughout the day. Maybe the even spread has a better benefit to it. Play with it, find it out. Just find out what works for you. But because they're having a big sale on it, I thought, why not talk about it? Why not get you guys using it? In terms of who's going to benefit most from it, though, like our VIPs doing more of the strength muscle building stuff, you're going to benefit most from that. If you're going to be doing more of like, is it going to help you a ton with the Tabata stuff? It actually could, in terms of the speed of movement and power, and also short burst activities, like 20 seconds or less. That's where it can help a lot. If you're going to be just going distance running and stuff like that, or just straight cardio, there's probably not going to be as much of a performance benefit. But you still might accrue the cognitive benefits, which as a 42-year-old, I'll take any brain gains I can get. And, what's also interesting too is, this is where it's like hard to tell, like how much credit can I give to all of this? Because I just hit my 95-day streak on Duolingo. I started doing to learn Spanish, and it's a 3 to 5 minute daily lesson to start my day. It's by the way, great app. If you're looking at learn a new language for the new year, and the free version is like legit. There you can pay like $30 a month if you want to get the advanced features like video calls and stuff like that. And I did for like a month just to see, and I actually just didn't want to do video calls. Just personally, I like to just sit on my toilet in the morning, get my social out, have my coffee, and then just do my Spanish lesson. It's just been working great for me. And I started it when we launched the 28-day Hanes Challenge back in August. So stuck with it. And that, by the way, has it reestablishes new connections in the brain. It can help offset some of the losses in cognitive performance and learning and memory that happen with age. And so I just noticed I'm sharper now, and it might be the daily language lesson. It might be the neuro coffee. It might be the fact that my recovery is at like an all-time high level in terms of how I approach it, my stress management. It could be the fact that I'm actually learning daily, and I'm taking on the language challenge. Learning a language, especially like after 40, might be the single best investment in your brain. I'd argue, as good as they're saying creatine is for the brain, it probably can't touch what learning a new language can do for your brain. I'm just telling you right now, because again, like it's progressive, and there's no limits to where you can go with the language. So it's hard to tell, but I also think it does create this cocktail, right? Like when you're feeling foggy and lethargic and you're forgetful and that type of thing, you're probably not going to want to learn a new language, right? But if you are supplementing properly, eating properly, managing stress, and your brain is more open to learning, right? That's a big part of it too. I think when you're really stressed and you're deficient in nutrients, and you're not maximizing the hormonal environment to your body through exercise and diet and supplementation and recovery, you're not going to, who wants to learn a new language? And like, if you're super stressed and you can't pay the bills, I'm not going to invest in learning, right? So there's a lot at play, but I do think there's a synergy there, right? And I mentioned on the Holiday Survival Podcast, part of what I do every year around this time, I just got it, by the way. It's $1,000, okay, but fully financed with my HSA FSA funds through Therabody. It's their new wireless infrared vibrating air compression legs unit, and I just got it. Just arrived yesterday, and wow, like the infrared is next level. Like I don't know if you've ever experienced it, but my wife about a year ago got me a sleeve that you can put on like a knee or elbow, shoulder. And unlike like the topical heaters, which like it'll get into the joint, but it's more of a surface heating, right? Like you'll even get sweat on the skin. Infrared's totally different. Like you don't feel much of anything on the surface, but you feel it inside the joint. It goes deep. It's like a deep, I call it, it's bone warmth. And it's supposed to help a ton with arthritic symptoms. I've got bone spurs in my knees, and I've had arthritis for 20 years because of football and powerlifting and knee injuries. So when I found out that you could just put this on, and I have it on my bed, and I can just do it with my midday nap and before bed, and just after the first treatment, the bending of my knee was like, wow. But you invest in your health and fitness, right? You enhance your recovery arsenal. Better recovery, better training, right? Less injuries. I would say the same thing with supplements. Maybe add this to your arsenal, especially if you haven't done it in a while, or if ever, and see how it goes. And if you don't like it, at least you tried it. But it just so happens right now that creatine is having a real moment to get a feature in Men's Health like that. And again, it's one of the 3 featured articles on the cover of their issue of the magazine. It's just out there right now. And I've had some of you come through and ask some questions about it. So I just wanted to kind of share how I feel about it, how I use it. I think it has benefits in terms of cycling off. I think cycling in general is where it's most beneficial, right? So higher amounts. I've just talked about that, where it's like 5 to 10 grams most days, and maybe 20 or more on the higher day. Maybe I'll experiment with taking a week off and then coming back on it. I used to do that with creatine. I can't say whether or not there's an edge to that or not, because it's also been a while, because I just started taking it again. And again, you're going to get most of the benefits early on, right? And with a lot of this stuff too, and they even mentioned that in the article, the limitation on a lot of these studies is that they test these things on people that are deficient. So the benefits of some of this stuff might be overstated, because when you're deficient, anytime you get back to sufficient, there's a huge improvement, right? Like it's meaning like you're only getting 50 grams of protein a day, and you bump it up to like even 100 grams. And wow, you're less sore, and you're recovering faster from your workouts, and your skin and your nails are growing faster, and your hair looks healthier. So yeah, that's going to be a more explosive benefit. Like if you're already someone that because creatine is found in fish, steak, the amount of like steak you'd have to eat to get a daily dose of creatine that's beneficial is calorically, and now in this fucking economy, cost prohibitive. Like you just can't do it. So you can certainly get it from things in your diet, but not at amounts that seem to be of an effective dose for the strength performance side. And now, especially because it seems to be more creatine is required to get the brain and cognitive benefits. So in conclusion, if there aren't any questions, you can get creatine from us, 25% off this week only at the link in the comments and also the video description. It's a creatine I take, pure 100% creatine monohydrate, Korea Pure certified, just clean, mean creatine, nothing else. You don't need to go to GNC and have a 16-year-old with a newly formed mustache telling you about these insane transport systems to maximize utilization and absorption. That there's nothing to prove that helps. Though what may help, and which is why I think my loading protocol has been so effective, is combining it with carbohydrate and electrolyte has, in my opinion, and I also have saltier foods on those days, or just more overall salt, has helped, in my opinion, the absorption. So give it a shot. Great time to experiment because you get a discount. And I think especially with like the short burst, it's most effective short burst activity, strength, power. If you're going on like a bodybuilding side or doing more of a gorilla core gain style of training, the muscle building stuff, that's where I think you can find a real edge with creatine. Again, especially initially, if you've never taken it before. So I don't see any comments or questions beyond Jonathan Gibson. It's Monday on Thanksgiving. I wasn't expecting much anyway, but I appreciate you guys. Again, click the join button. come through and do the Ultimate Tabata's training for 4 weeks. It's designed to like start a week from today, right after Thanksgiving, to get you through the holidays. 3 20-minute workouts, all follow-along based. They're bodyweight only options, dumbbell, there's band, med ball. There's some combinations of those. Get you through the holidays, avoid the weight gain. You're right now, the mindset is just don't gain weight. Maintain what you built all year, and then get ready for me to blow it out your ass in 2025 with just some incredible workouts coming your way. Kicking it off with the superhero shoulders trainer. It'll still be a full body program, but we're going to really focus on adding width, thickness, and size to the shoulders, the neck, the traps. I'll continue, by the way, to add the Gorilla Core and Gains 1-year program. So again, you can, by the way, you can already start that now or whenever you wanted to start. And I add a new month each month. So it doesn't, you'll be, what I'm trying to say is there will always be more content ahead of you. So don't worry about it all being up. You'll get it when you need to, because you do a month at a time. And more stuff like that too. I've also started to add in for our VIP members a new workout of the week through Shorts, which it's just a quick hitter, and it's something you can kind of add to the mix. Hope you guys are enjoying that. That only VIPs will see that, and we'll have a great way to finish it off here. So again, have a beautiful, happy Thanksgiving. I want to thank I believe it's like 110, our 110 members to YouTube. I want to thank you guys for supporting the initial jump in here on YouTube. You are now going to be getting nearly all of my focus. There will still be some continued free public content, but like in terms of like giving you guys 3 free follow-along workouts a week with ads, that's done. I did that for 10 months, and I just feel like what that did is just gave people a reason not to support the content as a VIP member. So I'll still throw an occasional thing out there, but it's going to be coming in much smaller doses, and probably is going to be more just like tutorial or variation based. All the programming, the ad-free follow-along workouts can only be accessed as a VIP member. There's also Benefactor, $3 a month, and Insider, $6 a month. Benefactor is just to help the channel. Insider gets early access to new content because I schedule this stuff in advance. So, but I recommend the VIP. It's less than $1 a day. It's been great, and people have really enjoyed it. So, shout out to my VIPs. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys in particular, but also to all. I wish you guys a healthy, safe, happy holiday season. And by the way, when you go to that link too, everything at that site is 25% off. The protein I use, the coffee. You can also get the zinc. Go ham on it and get as much as you want to kind of stock up, because they don't do sales like this very often, because supplements are tough. Like they're just, the margins are not really there. It's not a digital content. It's a physical. So, and they also get pretty high quality stuff. So hope that helps you guys. Have a good one. Peace.